What's going on, everybody? Will Murphy here with Iron Will Fitness. Today's video is going to be about experimenting with your fitness. Fitness is all about experimentation, all right? It's about figuring out what works for you as far as, what exercises help you develop the best, what foods help you lose most weight, gain most muscle, things like that. So, the best idea, especially for nutrition, is to start taking foods out of your diet that may be causing you issues. Like right now I'm eliminating sugar, fast food, bread, and alcohol, right? You don't have to remove all of that at once. You can just pick one thing at a time and remove it for, say, 30 to 45 days or something like that, 4 to 6 weeks, anywhere in there, just to see how your body reacts. And if your body reacts well, then you probably don't need that. If your body doesn't react well and it reacts with any kind of issue or something like that, like you're not finding any difference whether you have or don't have whatever you've taken out in your diet, then you can go ahead and keep that in your diet if you want. But if you have issues with it, if your body, feels better after, 4 to 6 weeks or whatever, then that means you probably don't need that in your diet. And you don't have to do it all at once. You could do one food at a time, start with sugar and then, try that for 30 days. And if you take that out of your diet completely, that's cool. If you keep it, okay. Or if you minimize it at the very least, take grains out of your diet. See how your body reacts to that. See if you don't have any excess bloating or anything like that. If your body digests food better or something like that. Just removing things and then putting them back in one at a time definitely helps a lot. Same with your workouts. Like, try an exercise for 4 to 6 weeks, and if you're not seeing much difference, change the exercise or take an exercise out of your workout. And see how your development goes. Like, lower your cardio or something and see, how the muscle gain goes. Add more cardio to see how much, that helps you lean out. You could add certain exercises for back, chest, or shoulders, things like that. And, see how your body works with that. You can trade those out for other exercises and come back to the exercises that you were doing a few months later and things like that to see how they help with your constant improvement of your body. After so long, you're going to change. Your body's not going to react the same to the same movements or the same foods or anything like that. So you'll have to switch it up because your body will get used to it and adapt, and then you won't see any change happening. But you're not going to see any adaptation if you're changing your exercises every single day and things like that. You need to experiment around with certain lifts and see how they affect your workouts. You need to experiment around with rep ranges and see how they affect your workouts. Maybe even doing reps for time to see how that affects, your fat loss or muscle building, anything like that. Weight loss and muscle building and pretty much everything fitness are all about experimentation. You're doing small, short experiments on your body to see what helps and doesn't help, and eliminating the things that don't help and bringing in more of the things that do help. So definitely experiment around with different styles of training, different lifts and things like that, different types of food, different styles of diets. You can do keto. I'm not saying don't do keto, but understand that it's going to be short term. So you'll go back to a regular healthy, nutritious diet with carbs after that. Or you could try any other fad diet that you'd like to try for 30 days and see what it does for you. Try intermittent fasting or something if you want. Just change it up a little bit, and see what works for you and your lifestyle. Because, if it doesn't work for you and it doesn't work for your lifestyle, it's not feasible in the long term. So there's no sense in, like switching, like changing things that can't change in your lifestyle to fit things that can change. You'd rather change the things that you can change and do something about in your lifestyle, and then move on with working it in a healthy way. If you don't like the foods you're eating, you're not going to continue to eat them past when you've decided you've reached your goal, or you'll get discouraged and just quit trying to reach your goal altogether because you don't like the food that you're eating and things like that. So you have to find foods that you like for your diet, because if you don't, then you're not gonna stay on it long term. And this is a long term thing. Fitness is not a sprint, it's a marathon. If you want to stay healthy long term and you don't want to gain weight back, and you don't want to lose whatever muscle you built, then the best thing you can do is just keep on track and keep a nutritious diet. Maybe experiment around after you've got your diet on point. Maybe take out carbs for a little while and then bring them back slowly. Maybe taper them out of your diet over a period of time, and and replace them with fat and things like that. You don't have to do these things, but I definitely recommend experimenting around and seeing what works for you that you can sustain for the long term, because you're going to be doing this for the long term if you want to stay healthy for the long term. That's just all there is to it. So definitely consider experimenting around with your diet. Sorry, I had to pop my ears there for a second. And don't forget, it's not a race, okay? It's long term. You're going to be doing this for a while. So definitely consider experimenting around, checking things out. Don't just stick to one type of thing. Add yoga into your practice. See how you feel about that. Maybe try a martial arts class, or, try joining a softball league or an adult sport or something, bowling even. Get a bike and start riding your bicycle if you like. Start jogging in the park. I like to jog in the park. I like to ride my bike in the park. I like to do martial arts. So, I definitely have more things that I like to do than just lift weight for my entire fitness. And I'm sure a lot of people do. They're like, oh yeah, the whole reason I got into fitness was because I wanted to try and learn how to do a backflip burpee. That's one thing I said I wanted to be able to do, and I can do it now. So I mean, it's all about setting goals and deciding what you want to do, and then working towards those goals and trying to find a sustainable way to stick with those goals and continue to have those goals. So definitely experiment around with your diet. That all being said, that's the end of the video. Just make sure that you try more than one thing, see what you like. You're not going to like everything, but it never hurts to try. Some things are really fun, like rock climbing and things like that. Maybe even going on hikes with your family over the weekend. So if you have any questions or anything like that, you can go ahead and leave them in the comments or shoot me a DM, and I'll gladly get to you as soon as I can and help you as best as I can. Check out my YouTube channel. It's Iron Will Fitness on YouTube. For the videos that I've been making daily here, we're on day 25, so been killing it. I feel really good. I've been having a lot more fruit in my diet, and no sugar or anything like that. I haven't had any excess caffeine or anything, because the Red Bulls were my main source of sugar, and that was all caffeine. And it was basically all the sugar that I had in my diet other than fruit. So not having fast food, my stomach feels great. I don't have any issues there. So no alcohol, so I'm not ever feeling dehydrated or anything like that. No bread, so I don't ever feel bloated or anything. So it's been going really good for me. I hope it's been going good for you. It's day 25, so we only got 5 days left of this. Make sure that you check my Instagram tonight for your workouts, and we will see you tomorrow. Peace.